Hey guys, my name's Amina and I'm coming to you from the gorgeous Maldives where I've had a couple days to swim around in both the Bikini and the Burkini. I want to give you pros and cons of both and then let you know what I decided in the end and you can make your decision. So let's talk about the Bikini first. What are the pros of it? Well, it's pretty small. I can just wrap it up and put it in my backpack and go. It's really easy to change into and out of, and it's really easy to transport. So the other pro for the Bikini is that if you're going to go out in the water, you're going to tan pretty easily. It'll give you a nice tan, pretty even out, and some people really like that. The other pro for the Bikini is I certainly watch my weight. I am not carb loading during lunch. It makes me stay more in shape, makes me a little bit more self-conscious about my body, but hey, it makes me eat better. Those are the main pros of the Bikini. The other big pro, I think, is that when you come out of the water, it's super cold. You can use a towel and you can just dry yourself off pretty easily. I think that's a huge pro of the Bikini because I can warm up pretty quickly. So let's talk about Bikini cons. They're pretty much the opposite of the Bikini pros. First of all, when you put it on, you can easily tan. Well, not all girls want to be tan, so it actually creates a lot of tanning. And you have to put on sunscreen constantly in order to prevent getting a lot darker. So one of the biggest cons is the way that it looks. Some people would say it's pretty much a bra and panties, which are acceptable on the beach. So some people don't want to reveal that much. Again, as I mentioned before, it makes me pretty self-conscious about my body wearing the bikini. I'm just working out constantly and trying to suck in the gut in order for myself to look good. So I feel like that's also a con. The other con of the Bikini is if you go out snorkeling. There's a lot of coral in the area, and of course you try not to touch it, but it's easily, you can easily scrape yourself or bruise yourself with the Bikini. Alright, so let's talk about this highly controversial Burkini. What the heck is a Burkini? Well, this is actually the top to the Burkini. It's pretty much, I think, a really cute lady swim dress. This is the top, but you gotta add on the bottom pants right here. And I'll tell you that's actually one of the pros is it keeps you protected and covered. So out on the beach when it's super hot and the sun is beating down on you, this will make sure that you don't tan. Like I said, not everyone wants to tan. The other positive of this is that when you go out in the water, it's kind of like a rash guard. I really think that this Burkini is just a loose skin suit. And you can go out in the water, you can brush up against coral, hopefully you're not doing that anyway, but if you do, you're not going to get those scrapes and bruises. It'll protect you a bit. So I think those are some positives of the Burkini. Also, it keeps you modest. I'm not really worried about my body contour and what I'm eating for lunch when I have the Burkini on, which is actually comforting. I can go ahead and swim freely and walk around without any issue. So let's talk about Burkini cons. I've actually been swimming around in the Burkini for the last couple days just to see what it's like, and there's a couple of issues. I don't think it's actually functional for water. I think it's great for the beach if you want to hang out, but if you actually want to use it, it's kind of a problem. First of all, I think the top is kind of cute. It's like a lady swim dress, that's fine. But then you add on the bottom so that you can be completely covered. Now the bottom here though has these little straps on that you put on your heels in order to keep it in place. However, this is a size small, and I'll tell you that it kept falling off when I would put on my fins and my dive boots. So I didn't think it was actually very functional to have these straps on. The other negative about this is that it's kind of bulky. So I would go out in the water and then I'd come out very cold, and I'd actually have to take off the Burkini in order to dry off, because otherwise it'd be soaked in cold water. So I didn't think it was very functional in that aspect either. The other thing to know about the Burkini is that you don't just wear it by itself. I'm actually wearing a bikini underneath the Burkini. You have to have something in order to support yourself, otherwise it becomes immodest because you've got everything just kind of hanging out. So I do think you need to have clothing underneath the Burkini as well. So that's another negative. Now with the top it's cute, you add the bottom, it's fine, but then I put on the actual hood, which is how people wear it in order to cover their hair and become as modest as they would like, and that's kind of the name of the Burkini. So I put on the hood, and I think it would be okay, except certainly I'm the most covered up person on the beach in the Maldives. There's no question about that. But it's got this little tip right here, and I don't know if you can see that, but it just reminds me of that movie Scream and the person who was wearing the mask with this little thing sticking out. Now I think probably my hair is supposed to go in it. I'm not really sure, but it really does not need to be there. I think it actually makes it look terrible. The other thing about this is that it's supposed to cover your hair, but I'll be honest, when I was swimming around, it did not cover my hair. So I actually think it doesn't do the job of modesty if you want your hair covered. Certainly every time I'd be swimming, it would come out a bit, hair strands would be falling around, and then the worst part is when I was swimming, when I would try to snorkel and put on my mask, my mask kept flooding and I couldn't understand why. But it's actually the Burkini top. The Burkini top does not allow this mask to provide a good seal on you. So again, it kept flooding, I kept inhaling water and I couldn't understand why, and it's because of this top that I find it a huge con for actual swimming. So, Burkini or Bikini, what would I choose? Well, what would you choose? I think it's really important to say that whatever you want to wear should be okay. Freedom of expression and freedom to wear what you want, I think is really important. You may agree or disagree with me, but come on, you gotta wear what you want to wear. What would I do if it were up to me? I'd probably wear a one-piece swimsuit or a wetsuit if it was cold. I think that it's really important for swimwear to be functional, and I want to feel comfortable in it and not be self-conscious. So that would be my choice. What would you choose? Comment below and let me know. And if you have any other thoughts about this, let me know. For now, I'm going to say goodbye from the gorgeous Maldives, where I'm going to go and take a swim.